you left.
I should have known. Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you will ever listen to.
Your final bros are here. It's Brian Hopper-LaGrasta and Shane, the original Scent Smith. Joined by Shane's bro, Nikki, back from last week off Scream 3, ready to do an even better film with Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey, a movie that has been pretty much out for about a year.
Yeah.
And pretty much been on our radar for over a year.
Yeah.
And the day has arrived.
Finally.
Reviewing this movie. Nikki, happy to have you.
Happy to be back.
And talk literally Blood and Honey, because that's pretty much the only things you really see in this movie.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to get this off my chest right away. And I want to know how you both feel.
We'll take off your shirt.
Okay. Do you feel like this movie was missing scenes of how people got from place to place?
Yes.
Because I can't understand how they kept getting from a house to a factory without, like, I don't understand where things were placed or how everyone kept showing up at spots.
I think the whole filming of this movie was just a complete and total disaster.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that now.
They definitely probably shot the scenes like, oh, this is garbage. Instead of going back and reshooting it, they're like, you know what? We'll just scrap it and you'll just teleport from place to place.
The effects were rough.
Yeah.
The wood chipper scene.
The wood chipper is brutal. The tire on her head scene. The special effects were bad. The area looks nice, right? The production quality is decent.
Yes, the sets are nice.
The characters, I feel like there's too many purposeless characters in this movie.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
I don't
know
names.
a character's name that isn't the girl in therapy, and her name was Maria.
Yeah. That's it. Like, you're
And
right.
Christopher Robin.
They
Yeah.
they don't give you any attention, any development for anybody else outside of what's the main
Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin and Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like her friends, like, I know we always make the joke, oh, it's just fodder. They're just fodder. But like they're actual like fodder. Like there is like no purpose.
But they hang on for a while. They're in the movie for a long time.
They are, and that's the issue with this movie is they are the movie, but I don't know them.
Yeah.
I actually don't even remember why they went out there.
It was just
Was it for Maria to help with her therapy?
I think so. I think
Okay.
it was just a
So
getaway.
is it like that one like Evil Dead movie where they go away because like guys going through therapy and then
Just to try to help them, maybe?
Except this time there's just killer pig and bear that are pretty much people in a mask.
That's literally, dude. Also, yeah, you could clearly tell it's a mess.
Yeah,
You can clearly tell that was a mask.
They don't even try to hide the fact
They-
that
Yeah.
they're people.
They pretty much like don't speak until he says you left at the one point.
It's so funny when he says it
And
too.
It's just like
left.
Okay. We got to get into it. Like
let's
we just got to it's just like we got to talk about it.
All right.
It is something.
Okay. Without further ado, let's jump into this honey pit.
Ooh, the honey pit?
Yeah.
Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey. Film was released, like we said, last year, 2023, when Hundred Acre Wood was home to a boy and his friends, a bear, a pig, and an Eeyore. Since Christopher Robin left, the forest creatures have gotten hungrier and angrier. This film is directed by Riz Frake Waterfield.
Yep.
Riz Frake Waterfield. It's very difficult to say. Stars Nikolai Leon as Christopher Robin, Maria Taylor as Maria, Natasha Rose Mills as Jessica. Here are the names you're gonna.
Okay.
We got a Jessica, Amber Doig-Thorne as Alice, Craig David Dowsett as Winnie-the-Pooh, and Chris Cordell as Piglet.
Was there a Zoe in this movie?
There's more. I'm just not gonna name them.
Oh, because that was the one name.
I remember hearing a Zoe at some point. Okay. So let's talk about it. All right. I'm just going to give the basic plot. Christopher Robin is a child, and he meets these human-like animals in the forest. Eeyore, Piglet, Pooh. They can't say the rest of the names due to Disney owning the rights still. So those guys. He raises them. He gives them food. He has to go to college, so he leaves.
That's literally the story. He needs to grow up and go to college. So he kind of leaves, and I feel like he left on poorish terms.
Well, he left because they didn't know how to fend for themselves, apparently. So they eat Eeyore.
So here's my question. He left to go to college. Number one, like, why is his parents letting him hang out with these things unless they just don't know that they're real, and he's just going into the forest to hang out with imaginary friends?
Yes, but at the age of 18,
correct.
My parents would have me committed.
100%. 100%. But like, he should have communication. Like, shouldn't he know they can't fend for themselves? And like, it just seems like he just literally just like left them high and dry.
Yeah, well, because like, why wouldn't he just be like, "Hey, mom, can you leave them an apple or something?" Like, if he cared.
Also, were they this size when?
No, didn't he say they got much bigger?
Yeah.
Which is also the confusing part, and it just. This entire beginning sequence is just weird because Christopher Robin's girlfriend's trying to make him think he's faking it and believing it, and she says it'll be okay, even like if it was imaginary, and he's insisting it wasn't. And then he sees Winnie, who's a 6'5" monster now, that somehow was able to live just off eating Eeyore, or now they're eating other
I think they're supposed to be eating hikers.
Yeah, well, they obviously they have someone that they don't know that's already chained up there, so they're just eating. That's another thing. Like, why are they're just preserving their bodies alive so the meat tastes better?
I guess, but like, why would they turn into like the characters from Wrong Turn?
I know it's really like all over the place. It's not concrete, but I'll tell you what, he has one hell, Pooh that is, of an open hand slap.
Oh, he fucking...
That girl Alice just takes like 17 slaps to the face from a 6'5" monster.
Yeah.
That has been eating everything and just decides to slap the shit out of this lesbo.
Then he fucking... So when Christopher Robin comes back with his girlfriend, Pooh draws like a chain over her neck and like breaks her neck.
So I think it's...
There's Piglet, actually.
Piglet.
Is it his girlfriend or his wife?
A soon-to-be wife.
Yes, he does say his wife, though. He says wife to the girls when they're captured.
Okay.
To be fair, it could just be this movie doesn't even remember.
You're right. You could be on the money.
Like, the movie could have been like, oh, they're engaged, and then forgot and made them married towards the end.
Sure.
Like, I wouldn't put it past this movie to not remember its own script.
That's fair.
Look, this is 100% a Final Friday movie, but it had the hype that we did it here, and... it was the right call to do it here, but like, man, this movie is worse than the things we've watched on Final Friday by a long shot.
We've made mistakes on this show before. Let's just be very honest. Like, we don't get it right.
Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus is a classic. Like we even said, like The Mean One is another example of probably the last movie that we've reviewed that definitely is more of a Final Friday movie, but because of the hype,
we did it here.
It was on Final Podcast. That's fine. This movie was hyped up big time last year. But there's, as we know, this is a British film, probably.
They have a very strong accent. So
and these British films, they have like Humpty Dumpty movies.
Yeah.
They have these knockoff movies like Till the Cows Come Home.
It's actually crazy when you go on Tubi and look through these like Evil Rabbit and
it's just this one that happened to catch widestream popularity. I have no fucking idea.
It's because of Winnie-the-Pooh itself. Like, Winnie-the-Pooh is such an iconic character.
And making them killer.
Yeah,
it's fucking.
You know, a sequel's coming out for this.
No, we don't need that.
There is.
We don't need.
There's a sequel coming out for this. I think this year, 2024. I'm pretty sure.
Wow, so they went right into it,
dude. This movie was made. I looked it up. Was filmed, I think, in 10 days.
I could believe that.
I could also believe. I could 100% believe that. There's nothing special about it, and they shoot in like the forest and maybe like a chop shop.
Yeah. Like, this is what I'm saying though. Like, the atmosphere of the woods and that shop is pretty cool, but the story and characters are so poor around it, and the effects. Oh my god,
the effects are rough.
All right, like this. I'm trying to like talk about every little piece here, just because like this movie's not long and there's not a lot in it, and I don't want this episode to be 19 minutes long. So it's like,
yeah, I mean,
I'm just trying to like delve in on these things.
So right now we're at the part of what? They're in the woods.
The wife has been murdered and Christopher Robin has been captured and chained up.
Got it.
So now it would be the other cast of women coming up.
We explain the background
of the women? No.
No. Of why you explain why?
Oh, why he left the college and then came back and wanted to show his wife.
Explain that they literally had to eat Eeyore.
Yes, we could go into that.
That actually happens before this.
Yeah, so we could say they ate Eeyore, but that's what I did want to talk about.
They're hungry.
They start eating just hikers, right? Is that what we're supposed to get at?
Because they show like some newspapers, I think, like in the beginning, like they're killing hikers, but it all starts because they were abandoned and now they were left and forced to eat Eeyore, and because of that betrayal and that hunger, they just are now eating people.
Yes, and now the whole point of the movie is to get this revenge on Christopher Robin. So that's why they've killed his wife and they captured him, and now we get our new cast of women, which is Maria, who is in therapy for a stalker who like groped her in bed.
Yeah, just some guy that's like an old dude that's been following her and then just pops up in the middle of the night through was it like an open window?
Yeah,
and then just starts petting her, just grooming her.
So they have decided the safest place for her is a cabin in the middle of the woods.
Do you think at some point like you're getting stalked, just like accept it?
No. I don't think.
This guy's just going to come in and pet you every night. That's so sweet of him to do that.
Yeah, that's when he starts wearing your skin at some point. We've just watched Silence of the Lambs.
If he's going to kill you, that's a little over the line.
Yeah.
But coming into your house in the middle of the night petting you, I don't know. Call me old-fashioned. That just seems like a good time.
Call me old-fashioned. That's just sweet behavior. Yeah. So they bring her to this woods cabin, and I actually don't even know how to like go about this because there's nothing here.
Yeah, they go to the cabin, and there really isn't nothing to report.
They just fuck around and do nothing for the most part.
They don't develop characters. Like, there's two lesbians that do nothing with.
I actually didn't even know there was lesbians in this movie.
Yeah, and the pool. Remember the girl got upset when the other one died?
They were together?
Maybe?
Alice I think it's Alice and Jessica.
Okay.
They make a reference.
Okay, I actually didn't even know that.
They definitely make a reference.
I missed that part. Completely went over my head.
Well, to be fair, it's very easy because half the things in this movie don't make sense or have any development. So.
They make this guy when she stops in before going to the cabin when she's getting gas.
Yes.
They make this guy out to be like the fucking creep, and he becomes like a hero.
Yes.
To a point.
Well, is this guy? I thought this guy was going to end up being like, isn't there like a huntsman in Winnie-the-Pooh?
Shane, I have no idea, but he's definitely not in this movie. Maybe he'll be in the second movie.
Maybe. I don't know. But she gets murdered like right after this, right? She's the one who gets thrown in a wood chipper? Or no?
I don't think
her?
So.
Who gets thrown in the wood chipper?
Isn't that Maria?
Oh, it is.
No, the wood chipper girl, isn't that the girl that shows up late?
Yes.
Yeah.
She dies first, though, right?
Yeah, she dies first because she shows up late. She wanders into the woods, sees Winnie, and then she.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a girl that shows up late, sees Winnie-the-Pooh, and runs away into the factory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Winnie-the-Pooh.
They play like hide and seek almost.
Yes.
It seems like
until he like beats her face in.
Hits her head into like.
The door.
So if you look at to the left, there's those two girls.
Okay.
You see they're like holding each other.
Interesting. So this girl gets her face beaten into the door, thrown into a wood chipper, and the blood effect is Brian's favorite he's ever seen.
The blood effects are just miserable in this movie. They're just absolutely something to like marvel.
It's as CGI cats.
So
it's bad.
Once she's killed,
cabins are fucking cool though, dude.
Oh, cabins are awesome. They cuts to the girl in the hot tub.
She's next to die.
She is taking hella selfies.
Too many selfies.
And I love the one selfie that she takes because, and I believe this would happen because girls analyze their selfies, every little detail in that picture. I wish they would analyze their emotions a little better, but they're analyzing the pictures, and she notices just Winnie-the-Pooh just peeping.
Yeah. So she runs.
No, she stays in the hot tub.
Dude, doesn't she leave the hot tub to yell in the woods and then get back in the
Yes,
hot tub.
that's right.
And then
That
she
is
just hits a zen until Winnie comes up behind her
and grabs her. That you're right. But then in the worst, this doesn't even make sense. How does he know how to drive a car?
I don't know, but he definitely knows how to chloroform.
That too.
Yeah.
They make these like animals. They're giving them human qualities.
Yeah.
Which it's just like unexplainable to me.
Yeah, because like, how would he know how to drive a car? It doesn't make sense.
He's a bear.
So he drives over her head. Her eye pops out. She dies. And then it cuts to like a montage of him just covering himself in honey.
Yeah. So this is this is funny because like obviously Winnie-the-Pooh loves his honey.
Yeah.
But like he's just lathering his face with honey and his face just doesn't move. It's just like leaking off his face because the guy in the mask can't move the
without
mask.
his like actual face coming through the mask. It's so bad. Also, Piglet's here. Why we should just mention that. Like he's just Piglet gets the next kill.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, Piglet's like the side character.
Yeah. So there's gonna be this scene is actually my least favorite scene in the entire movie.
Okay.
The pool scene.
Oh, when he just takes a little dive in the pool?
Why doesn't she just go out of the pool?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, she has to swim across the long side.
The long side. She goes the long way, and then he just kind of goes also the long way to follow her.
Like at any point, one of them could have just got up and out of the pool.
And he's moving a lot faster than her too, confirmed.
Yes.
Well, you know what I think it is? Because she can't touch the ground, and I guess since he's also a 6'5" behemoth of a pig, he's able to walk through the water.
Well, anyway.
And then he wheels her in the head with a
sledgehammer. And she's dead. And that leaves what? 3 girls or 4 girls left?
So the one other three girls, and then they end up running into the facility more. And that's where they find
Christopher Robin.
Christopher Robin's chained up. Like, why is he chained up for this long?
That's the thing. Like, if they just want revenge, why didn't they just kill Christopher Robin?
What's the MO? Like, why are they killing everybody? So obviously it's not just Christopher Robin. That was just the turning point.
Yeah.
All right, here's my next question. Like, just to fill time, because honestly, let's be honest, like we can't do that if we don't make a conscious effort to fill the time. is Winnie are they scary?
No.
Okay.
Dude, Winnie-the-Pooh, like, I know it's a bear, and bears are thick. It's just a fat man in a bear mask. Like, that's all it is. It's just wearing overalls and a fucking Arizona friggin'
I was thinking the same thing. Like, what's these Arizona flannels?
Yeah, like
even...
Also, like...
She's not wearing a bra. Yes. Why is she not wearing a bra?
That's another thing we even bring up. When the first girl gets killed, why does he rip her shirt off and she's not wearing underwear? Like, there's no bra.
That's bad writing. That's just really bad writing. It's really doesn't make any sense.
It's just an easy way to put in some boob.
Yeah.
Well, why couldn't they just do that with the girl in the hot tub? Why couldn't she just be taking naked selfies?
Maybe her boobs were too big. I don't know.
Well, and the music too was about like taking selfies and taking your clothes off and getting naked. Like it was like actually it was narrating everything she was doing.
I forgot
getting
about that.
naked.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay.
And watching that, you almost were guaranteed like this girl's gonna take her clothes off.
Yeah. And it doesn't happen. And it probably would have saved the movie.
Saved the movie.
But yeah. So let's get back. They find the dead girl in the pool. So the 3 girls are now going to try to escape by running away. They end up at the factory with Christopher Robin. They untie Christopher Robin. And don't they actually kill Piglet in this scene? Don't they
a little after?
That girl Alice kills Piglet single-handedly.
Yeah.
With a hammer?
Didn't she just like slice him?
She keeps hitting him with the hammer.
Yeah, she hits him with the hammer repeatedly. And then one time she just hits him in the head. Well, isn't he stuck in like a chain?
He's stuck in the chains. And then she beats him with the hammer. And then Pooh finds her. And Pooh stabs her through the mouth.
With like a machete or something.
With a machete.
Oh, and puts her on the post, right?
Yep.
On the beam. That's her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets fucking murked.
Alice.
So then Maria and the last girl leave?
Yeah, they're running away.
But they come across the road. And then there's the creepy old guy with his 2 friends, right?
And one of them's called Logan. I forgot what the other one is called, but they're the biker boys.
Yeah, the biker boys.
And I thought they were gonna be like potential like rapists.
Yes.
predators in some way, but no, they're here to save the women, the innocent women,
Yes.
from these creatures. And I guess they never knew that they existed out there, which is a little weird.
Yeah, the whole movie just doesn't make sense. But these guys are going to try to fight Pooh one by one, apparently. They thought they could fight a bear instead of all ganging up on him.
To be fair, they do gang up on him first because they beat the crap out of Pooh with like lead pipes and bats. And
I love how none of those are like, they're all like blunt objects.
Yeah.
None of them are
Sharp
to do any real like
damage.
Like they're just like hitting them for contusion. They're not hitting to sever.
Yes.
yeah. Well, Pooh goes into like Jason Voorhees mode where like he just shuts down for a second, recoups, and then just annihilates everyone.
Do you like the part where Pooh can just send bees on people?
Like a special ability?
Yeah.
That was wild.
Did you like Brian when he ulted and his ult was bees?
Ulted. Yeah, so he controls swarms of honeybees. That's just another power that gets explained at the 9th hour.
Yeah.
Not the 11th, but the 9th hour.
Yeah, we're on hour 9.
You do see the bees throughout the film, but you don't know that he controls them. It's never mentioned. It's just something that they throw in about 75% of the way done with the movie.
Yeah, we now know Winnie-the-Pooh is a telepath who controls bees. Fucking absurd.
It really is. Kind of insane. Also, Piglet's a man.
Yeah.
Piglet in the story is a female, right? Or am I wrong here?
Oh, that's a good point.
That is a very good point because
I think Piglet is a female and
That's what I thought.
I could be wrong, but
unless that was a female pig.
There's no way that's
with
a
that
pig.
bowl,
Yeah, no, that just looks like a man's body.
It does. All right, so we're down to our final 2 girls and Christopher Robin.
well, Christopher Robin's still laid back. Oh, well, because there's the one girl that had the gun.
Yes.
That happened actually before that.
I don't even remember that scene.
The one girl, the Christopher Robin, they end up finding this girl who has that like messed up face.
The girl that's chained up, right?
Yeah.
And she pulls the gun. She takes a desk pop for some reason. They're like, oh, where are you guys? And then she finally goes to shoot them, and she has no more bullets left.
Yeah, she takes one. That's fucking. You're right. That's
I forgot. Okay.
It's so unruly. It's so. It really is unruly because she takes one random worthless shot and then is out of bullets.
And then gets murdered, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
How does she die?
I don't even remember, but
That's what's so bad about this movie. Like, I can't even remember.
I just remember
I watched this movie 2 days ago.
she took a desk pop and then had no extra bullets.
Does she get? Someone gets like sliced up pretty bad. I don't know if that's her, but I do know what we didn't mention is before that girl Alice dies, she gets fucking hand slapped. He does this thing where he like cocks his arm all the way back and then just gets slappy.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
That's the thing about
Slaps the
this
shit
movie.
out of
It's
her.
so forgettable. Like they're just bits and pieces. Nothing was
Because there's not.
coherent.
Okay, that's the thing. It's not cohesive.
Let's talk about the cohesion. Where does the midnight rapist of her past come back into the fold? Is it just like she's scared of it and now she's getting stalked by these things? Is it the people from the gas station she's concerned of? Where does that tie back in?
I think it's her being stalked by Winnie. Truthfully, it's literally just a reason to put those girls in the woods.
I mean, just for the getaway.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole purpose. Like I said, the last girl she's alive with right now, Maria, I don't even know that girl's name. I don't know which girl that
because
is.
she dies in the car scene, right?
She dies right now. She gets like her head cut off, right?
Yeah, so because they're trying to drive away, Winnie like jumps on the car, goes over the top, they break, like an accident or whatever. Winnie just pulls the one girl out, drags her away. They don't even show the kill. Winnie just pulls her head up and then drops it.
Doesn't he peg it at the windshield?
Yeah, he does throw it at the windshield, yeah.
It's Jessica, I want to say, is the one that's still alive.
Okay, well, she's dead now. Her head's
she's
been
dead
ripped off and pegged into a window. And then that's when...
Christopher Robin comes back.
No, doesn't she try to run Winnie over?
Oh, yeah, but the car won't start.
Yes. But the car does flip at some point, right? Because isn't there a fire?
Christopher Robin rams his car into the other car
and pins Winnie into the car.
Winnie.
That's
There
right.
are several things on fire, though.
Yeah.
Like, they show you scattered, like, a lot of shit is on fire.
Yeah. So that's right. Christopher Robin shows up, drives his car into Winnie, into the other car. They go on fire. Winnie's there, pinned. And then Maria is saved, do you think? And then when he's not dead, he grabs Maria, and Christopher Robin is like begging to save her, right?
Yeah.
And that's when he's like, "You left."
You left.
You left. You all left.
That's the only thing. I think that's the only verbiage they use throughout the entire film.
Which is weird because doesn't Winnie-the-Pooh and all of them talk perfect English?
Yeah.
Well, they mentioned like that for some reason they speak broken English.
Yeah, they just say broken English specifically. As if they have different like accents.
Bro.
They just speak broken English.
So then he just fucking cuts Maria's throat and stabs her in the face like 700 times.
That's the stabbing scene, yeah.
Yeah.
I recall, yeah. They stab Maria.
And then Christopher Robin runs away.
And the movie ends.
Yep. 25 minutes. What can we do? What can you do? I mean, there's really not much to talk about. There's so much. The movie has so much vacancy. Like, there's just so much that is irrelevant.
Well, and that's also the thing I was pointing at is that, like, look, they're at the cabin, but the next scene is just them at the factory. Like, you don't know how they got there. You don't know how they even know how to get there. Like, how did they know how to get to where Christopher Robin is?
Yeah,
there's no explanation of that.
Also, there is one scene that we didn't speak of, not that it holds kind of any importance, but when he's got like Christopher Robin chained up and he talks to him, he does throw like a little hissy fit tantrum and just starts breaking everything in there. Like he's like truly like upset that he's killing his friend, but then I think that's when he mentions the "you left," and then he does start tearing up Honey. He does tear up Honey at times as if he has emotion.
Yeah, but
if he feels remorse.
It's like he remembers the good times.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Why does he have to keep killing? Like,
also, why does he have to take off? Now, here it is. Why is Christopher Robin's shirt off?
I don't know. It's just so stupid.
Like, I feel like they could talk this out, but they really never have that moment.
Like, I just, like...
Can't get over it.
I understand it's Winnie-the-Pooh, and it really doesn't work as a horror movie at all, because it's literally a bear that eats honey and plays with his friends. But, like, this was the worst possible way to do this movie.
Yeah, it was a force for sure. Like, I can't think of it any way else than saying this movie was forced. You could also see that's clearly like a mask. Like, look at the protrusion on the back, the nape of his neck on that shirt.
Like, why couldn't they maybe... I'm gonna rewrite it. Why couldn't they do something where it's like Pooh and his forest critters, where they're just taking down the forest and the animals want to fight back, so they're going against like the workers or something like?
Or about these girls go for like a gender reveal,
and they burn the forest down,
and they start a forest fire.
Yes, honestly, would be better than fucking Christopher Robin going to college.
They were also probably better off just CGIing. Winnie and Piglet and not using actual human beings.
They definitely
anything was better than this.
They just didn't have the budget for that.
But like, if you don't have this is where it comes down to that thing. It's like maybe just don't do it. Yeah, if you don't have the budget.
The writing was ass. That's the thing. Yeah. Like, the writing is clearly trash. I'll be honest. I think this idea of having them as killers, I think it can work. I think there's a universe where this could work. Yeah. But the story just is so like disconnected.
Yeah.
It really does not make any sort of sense.
No, because the only character with any motivation is Christopher Robin and Pooh. Everyone else there is disposable. And it proves it's disposable by the only character they also tried to give character to, Maria, is killed.
Maria is pointless. I think her and the group are pointless.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's just leaking honey.
Oh, the blood.
Also, where is this blood shower come from?
Is it coming from like a body?
No, I guess.
I don't know, man. All right,
but look. If you look around their chop, like this is the chop shop. They have like hooks, like this guy's fucking Leatherface. Like in the time that he was gone, they become murderous. And why weren't they murderous to begin with? It was literally the decision to leave that made them murderous. Because before. How were they before? What was their temperament? They were like jolly and like,
but that's the thing. What did they do before they even met Christopher Robin? How did they eat?
100%. Like it doesn't make sense. Where the fuck are their parents?
Right?
Do they just exist?
Oh, it's so bad. All right, fuck this episode. Let's just go into our review because it's just so. All right, obviously I'm giving this movie a 2 out of 10. And I know from how I talked about it, it seems like a 1. I've seen much worse than this movie. The ones we have given 1s are much worse than this movie. But this movie is bottom of the barrel in terms of its error. It's so bad. Like, there's nothing else to talk about because story's bad, characters are bad, acting is bad, the blood is bad, the deaths are bad. This movie's getting a 2 and not a 1 because I think the set is nice.
The set is nice. Yeah.
There you go.
Set design is nice. Like, the area and production quality they're not bad for sure. The blood is terrible because it's primarily fake. The kills are like, they're not the worst. They're just not great. I originally had this at a 4, but definitely going to give it a 3. For me, this is a 3 because it's not cohesive by any stretch. And like I said, creativity's there, but they just do not execute the idea well at all. Like, if you're going to make Winnie-the-Pooh and beloved characters like Winnie and Piglet into killers, you need to do better than them getting abandoned by a kid going to college. Like, it doesn't even fucking make sense.
Yeah.
It's so retarded.
Yeah.
This is a fucking dumb idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really talk more. It's just a 3. This is my favorite scene in the movie. Is when she takes the selfie and sees Winnie the Pooh stalking her in the background.
And then she turns around, instantly gone. Yeah. But yeah, this is a 2 for me. This was just painful to watch. I'm usually on this podcast, I'm doing banger after banger for movies, and then
we Mike Benanti'd you.
I get Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. But actually, the kill that leads to this scene with the girl in the hot tub, the car kill, that's not too bad with the head exploding.
It's probably one of the better ones.
Eye pops out.
Yeah, it's not bad, but like everything else is just, I was confused half the time. I was like, what's going on here? Who the hell are these people? It's definitely the worst thing I've watched so far for this podcast. Yeah. So yeah, it's a 2 for me.
Okay, with that said, Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it the girl with the car? Is it
Piglet stuff?
Piglet stuff? Yeah, like, I'm trying to think. Is it?
I do like the kill where the girl gets the knife put through her mouth and pinned to the wall.
There's also that one,
but I don't know her name.
Alice.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll buy in.
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad kill. Yeah.
Then there's also the girl that gets grinded.
Yeah, but the after effects of the grind are so bad. Yeah.
The thing is, it's not even choosing the kill. It's, do you know the name of all these people getting killed?
Brian does.
I can find you the names if you just give me the kill. I could pull it up on IMDb. And then the chloroform, like that requires strategy. Like, no.
Yeah, where's a bear getting chloroform
no,
for?
That's
Piglet. Where did Piglet get chloroform from?
I don't know.
Why is Piglet a hog and not a cute pig?
It looks like Winnie's wearing yellow kitchen gloves.
They're clearly busts they're wearing on their face. Like, okay, I'm going to go for the kill. I'm going to go with this kill right here. With Lara, her name is, and her head getting smashed by the car. Being driven by a bear.
I'm going to also go for the bear driving a car smash kill.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same. And also here, like, what's with Piglet with the sledgehammer? Like,
he just drags the sledgehammer.
Why does Piglet even own a sledgehammer?
Why is he
like,
why does a pig have a sledgehammer and why is he dragging it to do absolutely nothing?
Yeah, it's not even used. Like,
speaking of that and just like useless things they do, why does he like? I think Piglet, before he gets into the pool, he just like throws the chain in the water.
Yes.
Just like tap her with it. Like, what the fuck is that about?
I don't know.
Is it trying to be menacing? Like, I
guess.
Just
the shit we review on this podcast.
Yeah, this movie just wasn't it. Yeah, Lara. That's her name. There you go. There you go, Shane.
All right.
Is that a BMW?
Probably.
I wonder if Winnie took a lease out on that or not.
Shane, you gave this a Winnie-the-Pooh. You too, Nick?
I like that.
I did there.
Okay. He just looks so goofy. Piglet's just laughing for some reason. How did they become so evil?
Yeah, it's just
College
would do that to you. Okay. Here I go, Brian. Lara. You were a hot girl in a hot tub. You took your selfies. You know, you did your pose. You didn't like your pose. She was the perfect Instagram model, Instagram influencer. There was danger behind her.
Danger.
But she didn't care.
No.
She needed the perfect angle.
Yeah,
she needed the perfect selfie. She was willing to risk a bear driving a car next to a pig holding a sledgehammer to get the perfect selfie. Because that's something that happens often. And she was willing to risk that happening. So.
She literally saw it and then went back in the hot tub.
Yeah.
A creepy man wearing a bear outfit with a sledgehammer was not enough to get her out of that hot tub and take that selfie.
No, because that's the dedication of the Instagram model. So, you know what? It's about time we put an Instagram model in our Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Nick, I'm sorry that you had to be here for this.
You know what? Someone had to bite the bullet. And I was too fortunate and too blessed to be on the previous movies I was on. So
we didn't even fucking talk about this. That they have the wherewithal to write "Get Out" in blood on the windows.
Well, they had to take it from
You're Next.
You're Next. Yeah. That was
which they were wearing animal masks in You're Next. So
which may have been more realistic than these animal masks.
Yes. Well, Nick, thank you for being on. 2024 has been hit and miss so far for us.
Yeah.
But it could get better.
Let's hope.
Because next week, we're reviewing a movie I haven't seen yet. We're reviewing Winnie-the-Pooh.
Another movie that came out last year.
Yeah. Have you seen it yet?
No.
Okay.
I've also not seen his other movie, Possessor, either.
No. Is it weird that we're doing David Cronenberg's son's movie before we've ever done a David Cronenberg movie?
Potentially, maybe.
Yeah. We should probably get on some Cronenberg at some point.
We could do that.
Well, with that said, we're the final podcast signing off, and we'll see you in another movie that features a pool.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Infinity Pool. I just know I'm excited to watch it.
I'm excited for it. Tune into www.winniethepooh.com. FinalPodcast.com for all of our content. God, I'm just watching this when I'm talking about it, and this movie is just making me more frustrated, more angry than if I was left in the woods by a kid going to college. Thanks, Nick, for coming on. Yeah, and we'll see everybody next Monday. BA show and Friday for, of course, the BA show. We'll see you later.